Hello and welcome back. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. So nothing says fall like pumpkin. And nothing says fall and we're going into the holidays quite like pumpkin pie. But most people when they make pumpkin pie, the pumpkin is out of a can, condensed milk is out of a can, and the crust is either out of a box or it's in a metal tin that's frozen. Well, with this pumpkin pie, all of that is from scratch. So you may have been used to pumpkin pie, but it's not this pumpkin pie because this pumpkin pie is 100% from scratch. So let's get some prep done and let's get cooking.
First, you want to cut, seed, peel, and cube your pumpkins. Then you'll place your cubes on a cookie sheet, placed into a preheated 405-degree oven for approximately 25 minutes. You want to bake them until they are tender. Place your roasted pumpkin into your food processor. You may need to do multiple batches, and you want to blend it until it's smooth. If your pumpkin happens to be a bit watery, place it into a cheesecloth and put that cheesecloth in a sieve and allow it to drain. Measure out 15 ounces of your pureed pumpkin and set it aside. With the additional pumpkin that you have left over, measure that out again in 15-ounce increments, and then you can freeze it for later use. To make the caramelized milk, or sweetened condensed milk as it's commonly known, place your milk, your heavy cream, and your sugar in a large pot. You want it to be a little bit larger because when it comes to a boil, it's going to become very frothy, so you need to have room for that expansion. You're going to place that over medium-high heat and let it come to a boil. Then you're going to reduce it to medium and warm the sauce until it reduces to 1 1/4 cup, which is approximately 300 milliliters. This process should take about 25 to 30 minutes. Keep your eye on it. You don't want it to burn, so you do want to go ahead and stir it to keep the liquid moving. You're going to then set it aside and let it cool. To make your crust, put 2 cups of all-purpose flour into a food processor along with 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 teaspoon of sea salt. Pulse it to combine. Next, you're going to add your 1 cup of cold butter that's been cut into cubes, and you're going to pulse that until you have pea-sized granules. Take your mixture and put it into a bowl and get your ice water prepared. Slowly add your ice water to form your dough. There will come a point where you'll no longer be able to use a fork in order to mix in your ice water. So what you're going to do is you're going to go in with your hands and you're going to continue to mix that dough, trying to make it into a nice shaggy ball. Once that's pretty much been accomplished, you're going to turn that onto a clean surface and you're going to knead your dough to help to continue to incorporate in your flour and your water. Next, flatten your dough into an approximately 4-inch disc, and then you want to wrap it in plastic wrap. You'll place it into the refrigerator for 20 minutes and allow the dough to relax. Now lightly flour your work surface, place your dough onto your floured work surface and roll it until it's approximately 1/4 inch thick. Fold it into a triangle and place it into your 9-inch baking dish. Place that back into the refrigerator to allow it to firm up for approximately 15 minutes. That helps to prevent shrinkage. Next, you're going to place parchment paper into the crust and use beans, rice, or pie weights to weigh it down. You're going to place it into a preheated 400-degree oven for approximately 15 to 18 minutes or until the outside of the shell is dry and crisp, but not really very brown. You'll then remove the pie weights and you're going to bake an additional 10 minutes, then remove and place on a wire rack to allow your crust to cool to room temperature. To make your filling, you're going to take your pumpkin puree, your condensed milk, your 2 eggs plus 1 yolk, your salt, your ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg or cloves, and you're going to whisk that until combined and smooth. Place your pumpkin pie filling into your pie crust and bake in your preheated 325-degree oven for 1 hour and 10 minutes or until the custard is set. Allow it to cool, cut, plate, and in this case, add your bourbon whipped cream.
We're gonna get started by making the whipped cream. Well, why make the whipped cream first? So that it's nice and cool when the pie is finished and it's cooled down and it's ready for serving. So with this particular whipped cream, I'm gonna be adding bourbon. Now, you do not have to use bourbon. You can definitely use vanilla extract. But for my purposes, I want to use bourbon, so that's what's going to go in this whipped cream. So let's get started. In order to make the whipped cream, we're going to start with 1 cup of heavy cream, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, as well as 2 tablespoons of bourbon. And then we're going to whip it. I'm gonna whip it to stiff peaks and then give it a try. This is gonna be perfect with pumpkin pie. It's not too sweet and the alcohol does not produce an overwhelming flavor. It's just extremely well balanced, so these are the perfect proportions for your pumpkin pie.
Bon appetit. Since I was asked to make this pumpkin pie, let's have this individual do the taste test.
Wow. It's amazing. Yeah, the spices, it sounds really good. I don't even like whipped cream, but this is amazing. It's very soft. 2 thumbs up.
I would like to thank you for continuing to watch the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, as this assists with the YouTube algorithm.